on your neck of the woods?
Just waiting for another cold front to come through.
Right? Isn't that the truth? You never know with this type of weather, do we?
No, it needs to make up its mind.
Right? Isn't that the truth? So, Mary, what are you up to?
Nothing much. Just looking forward to another fun evening with everybody here on the channel.
All
Hope
right.
everybody's doing well.
Yes. Hello, Dow Dow. Hello, everybody from coast to coast.
Hi, Chris.
Around the world. Chris, that's joining us. So tonight, Kelly Jo, what are we going to talk about?
We're going to ask the comment section what they want to talk about tonight for a change. So if you have any subjects you want talked about, put it in the comments.
Oh, hi, Nelda.
Hello, Nelda. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you there.
We do need to talk about the eclipse, you know, how it opens you up and it opens to another cycle and helps you be more aware.
Right.
What do you think of it, Mary and Chris?
I know that anytime it happens, there happens to be an extreme amount of spiritual energy. And a lot of times it affects me where I'm awake. I can't hardly sleep. It's a very overwhelming type of download. It's how it typically affects me.
Yeah, it's really strange. Everybody's affected differently. We were talking before the show, and sometimes, Kelly, would you say it brings out?
It brings out your awareness, and you get prophetic things and more future events too.
And I said it brings out the Looney Tune people too.
And the Looney Toonies.
Yes, it does. All right, Chris, I got that marked and stuff. So yeah, it really does. But how does that really affect people deep down inside, how they don't know, Kelly?
If they don't know it, it makes them feel like they're going nuts if they don't have anybody to talk to. But it brings out your awareness, whether you want it or not. You know? So
I agree.
You got to be patient with yourself. And when you get an inkling, it's usually right. You know, I call it for men, spidey senses. You know,
Right? Isn't that the truth? Nelda would like to know, how do you work with the eclipse, the energy?
like I said, becoming more and more aware, trusting yourself. When you have a dream, write it down, and it really heightens your senses. You know, because you can feel like it's a change of a cycle. So it's like you feel like something's coming. It's like an anticipation.
Right. Welcome from South Wales, UK. Nice to have you here. Hello, Virgil. Nice to have you.
Also, it can open the doorway with our.
Can't even talk tonight.
I'm sorry.
You go ahead, Kelly.
It can open the doorway to let your loved ones through because the veils. It makes the veil thin.
And can you welcome them?
That's Ace VH. It says, hello, Kelly and all. May I please ask what you pick up around me in my energy field of significance or interest that you notice? Thank you. I am an angel.
Well, you're really going into a different cycle, and your cycle is a 7. It's not numerology or anything, but you're going into a new 7-year cycle. And your intuition's right on the money, and you're more of a sensor. You sense, and also you hear from the right side. So that's how you get information, more audio. What do you get, Mary? Excuse me.
What I get on that is I'm sensing that you need to get more grounded with the earth. And I keep hearing that you need to be spending a lot more time outdoors in order for everything to fully start activating. So I keep sensing this connection and like forests, rivers, stuff of that nature. So if there's any areas that are in or around you, I would definitely be focusing on those areas because I'm feeling like being pulled for this to open up.
No, I totally agree with both of what you're all saying. No, not a problem at all. Yes, not a problem. Just yeah, if y'all have questions, I'm just going to pop them up as we're talking. No, it's interesting because how the actual energy affects people to how they don't even know it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can't sleep good.
No, you can't, and affects moods, relationships. It can affect you at work and everything. What was the other one? Here's the one. Just Jody. I like to hear anything for spirit wants to know. Hello, just Jody.
Well, you're going to get a new guide that'll help you discern better. Your grandma on your dad's side's with you always. And you're going to walk on new ground. So you might be purchasing property and also a trip to a foreign land. So I see you walking. So, and what you do is you're clairaudient. That's what I get for you. And clairsentient. That means you sense and hear.
Yeah, and going outdoors, a lot of the clairaudience or clairsentience, when you do go out in nature and actually start to practice mindful meditation, it will actually highly, highly increase your abilities to hear and feel when you're out in nature. Hardcore. So that's one of the ways that you really want to do that, and you can get in tune with that and get into the same tune and frequency of the universe.
And for some reason, light powder blue is a good color for you to wear.
Oh, it's interesting you say that because I was actually seeing that in the clouds. And meditate more, and work on your breathing. So, there's just Jody saying thank you all.
You're welcome.
So, here's a question for you ladies. Is there any chance for some clarity as to why I have anxiety around doing that? Thank you so much.
Well,
you're not trusting yourself. You need to trust yourself because you're really aware and stuff, but you scared yourself when you were little. So meditate, pray, like Mary says, get outside. And two,
tell them I'll be
have some kind of a water feature, like a little fountain or something that'll help you to relax so that you can trust yourself more.
Yes.
And it ain't no thinking it's nothing to be perfect. You're trying to be perfect. There ain't no perfect.
name on that one. It's Jody.
No. Assis.
Assis.
Yeah. It's interesting. When I clicked on your name, I got a slight pressure in the right forehead. I don't know if that's from tension or stress headache or whatnot. Mary's pulling some cards. But exactly what Kelly was saying. It's interesting what Mary's going to pull. Trying to catch up on the comments. Yes, Sprinkle, I've got you down there. Got you. No problem, just Jody. If you're tuning in, you're not a member of the Outlaw Family Network. Hey, ring the bell, subscribe, like, follow us.
Jody, you breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. Breathe deep from your diaphragm, not your chest. Your chest, you ain't breathing.
All right, here. Let's see here.
Did we get all I didn't look in the things to see if, Del says, I fell asleep and dreamt my brother died. Is that symbolic or today's eclipse?
Hello. Nice to see you there too. Hey, Chris, be careful going home, man. We miss you. We'll catch you. No big deal.
Yes. Hi, Chris. I think it's symbolic, Del. I don't think it's a prophetic dream. And I think that you are very sentient to the energies, and I think that's what you're having, like, all messed up dreams because it's all a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So you're okay, and he's okay.
Right. Chris says, what does the firehouse have in store for me this year? A firehouse or fire horse? Firehouse.
Horse. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Well, it's new energy. It's movement forward for you. And it's you need to just do it, And then there's something with family. You're going to be working with family a lot. Family, your family, and then your extended family, like parents, grandparents, cousins, all that. And there could be like a giant reunion. There's something about Canada.
All right. I'm fixing the camera on Mary.
Okay. So for Ace, you were wanting to know what was holding you back. So the emotions and the trapped emotions that were coming out on the card. So there was 2 chakras specifically. The third eye chakra was the first one that fell, and then the second one to fall was the throat chakra. So when I see something like this, this is not only when you see it in the third eye, this means that it's blocked and it's controlling some of the thought processes in that area, because that's a direct center to thoughts and mental clarity. On the throat chakra area through here, when that has something that's stuck or repressed, that can cause a lot of issues with, again, boundary setting, speaking your own truth, being your authentic self, holding stuff back. And so the card that fell on top of that was the lymphatic card. And so when I see that, especially in those areas, I'm going to say, safe to say, a lot of times that you could get a lot of the swollen lymph nodes behind the ears and the throat and have some of those issues. Anything that you have when it has to do with the lymph, those are like a warning sign from the mind. And when you see something like that, that is like it's flowing through you and you need to recenter. And so the 2 outlier cards on this one that came were abuse. And then on top of that was the female genital reproduction center. And so a lot of times when I see something like that, that could be abuse from your mother's side of the family. And it could be something that carried down. It could have been your own mother or a mother figure, somebody maybe that you thought highly of when you see something like that. So whatever that abuse, whether it's mental, whether it was physical, verbal, yelling, stuff like that, this is something that you have trapped and held in, and you've been repressing it a lot. And when you see that start to come up like that, that warning is it's time for you to get back in alignment, because you need to recenter.
Interesting.
Virgo, Virgie, will my business appointment be positive? February 24th. Yes. What about you guys?
Well, I like this conflict. Hey, I'm ready. So, hey, anyways, so Steve asked, have you ever thought about Bigfoot is a fallen angel? Actually, on a serious note, yeah, that is a good topic. A lot of people have actually tossed that idea around, especially when they came out with the Meldrum DNA back in 2014, 2015. And when the mitochondrial DNA was from a human female, and the male DNA was not human. So that kind of threw the kinks into the scientific world. So if we reference that to biblical, yeah, it does fit into the realm. So, well, that is something that we can actually talk about on a different show. So, yeah, I love to spend that with. But if Bigfoot wants to mate, hey, you're on the right channel. So, yeah, I know, right? Just Jody's laughing. Amy's laughing. I knew Amy was in the background. Welcome, Amy. I knew to bring somebody out. So, all right. Now, the next one we have is since we know it's not a firehouse.
Fire horse.
Fire horse.
I know. Sprinkle. I have a message from Spirit. Oh, whoa.
Go ahead.
Man, lay off the caffeine, woman. I can tell you that much. You need to go back to your roots. I don't know why I'm being shown that. And trim your circle. I'm being told to tell you trim the fat. So what do you got, Kelly?
Yeah. She needs to, not all acquaintances are friends. Know that. And she needs to be more condensed and more focused because she's like everywhere. And yeah, caffeine is not a friend.
No,
I feel all.
no. I know, right?
Can I address that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ace says, wow, Mary, yes, I've actually been having this flare of eczema and lymph stress on my neck for the last 6 months that I could not heal properly. And today I have been really noticing the mom wound. Yeah. And then it says it's very strong energy coming and you are 10,000 on point. I truly have been waiting for this water dam to burst open as the eldest daughter, black sheep, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
If you ever need help with that, I am a spiritual healer and we can do them and can do them remotely. So you're always welcome to get a hold of us and contact us if you're struggling or you need help with getting those trapped emotions out. I do want to let you know in case you didn't know that. It can be very, very effective. Of course, prayer and healing, meditation, grounding, being outside, but certain crystals can really open up those areas too to help get that stuff to move out. When I was in my spiritual progress and path,
Which brings us to the next question.
I used to be covered in spots of like psoriasis and eczema and all that. And then as I kept working on my spiritual path and releasing more and more trapped emotions, the rashes went away. It was amazing. I used to have weight problems. It all went away. Like everything recorrected itself. It's crazy. And they said, are there certain crystals that are good to work with this time? Okay. So what all was in her reading for Jody? What was it on her? Because I was talking to Ace.
I know, but what kind of crystals for her or in general?
Oh, just anything for her. Okay, let me. I keep hearing chariot. That's a good one for you. Smoky quartz is another one that's needed for you.
Rutilated quartz.
I also keep hearing Dalmatian jasper because I keep hearing that you need that because animals are something that you're supposed to have in your path. Dalmatian jasper is one that helps open up the channels for bonding and communication with animals. So I'd highly look into that. I also keep getting the rose quartz for your heart chakra. And then Uperlite.
All right, just Jody. I wonder what makes Bigfoot manifest in the realm and multi-dimensional.
It is multidimensional.
If that's what really caused them. Well, I don't know if it's through stress or something that makes itself just visible, or I don't know. It's just so interesting. Well, actually, let's talk about this. So I love science. I love physics, which it's like, and, but so we know that in 2013, the U.S. government said we can make a rabbit disappear, okay, with technology. They understand that they can take light waves, and bend it around an object, okay? So with the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sokum, Yeti, whatever you want to call it, their hair without the medulla in it, like the humans, is different colors, right? Some of it's fiber optic, like clear. Some of it's like a calico cat. So we don't know how it could change its vibration to where it could, who knows, right? However, that may be, we know that there are different dimensions. We know that scientifically that there has been proven there has been up to 10 dimensions. Now, the U.S. government said there's possibly up to 23 or 24 dimensions. So if we could only see up to a 2 dimension or a 3 dimension, or however we can see as Homo sapiens, right? What happens if Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or whatnot can slip in and out of our dimensions if it can go through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which we can only go through 2 or 3 or whatever we're able to do so, right? Does that explain why it appears and disappears? Is that why we see other creatures from the past? Is that why we see other glimpses from the future or the past? This is where we slip in through other dimensions? I don't know. It's a good topic. What do you think, Kelly?
Yes, I believe we have dimensions and we have time slips. We can have time slips, go in and out of time.
We're glad you're here. And this is part of the Bigfoot Outlaw Network. And Kelly is a long life family member. And she does so much. And we're glad to have you on her show. Love Jasper, love animals. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Me too. And everything's unknown. Well, so, I'm glad that question got brought up because this is a spiritual channel, right? And a lot of people ask us or ask me a lot is that back in the day, we had the flesh and blood and we had the woo factor. And I still laugh about it. And today, there's still kind of that camp, right? But as time goes on, you see those fields intertwined because there's a lot of stuff we don't understand with science. But with spiritual, it explains a lot, doesn't it, Kelly and Mary?
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I love this topic too. And Philadelphia experiment. The Philadelphia experiment actually did exist. I know people that are in the Greek government. I probably just got zapped. And they actually had the ship over there in Greece docked under guard. And I'm not going to say anything else. Definitely use portals. Yeah, I know, right? Chris, my uncle brought up that last night that science may not be real since reality is perception. Well, Chris, the best way that I can describe this, right, is look at the witch trials. When people didn't understand, people that had abilities or people that were using herbs to heal. It wasn't witchcraft. It wasn't magic. It was just, people using the earth to heal. Back then, I used the electric eel theory, right? When people didn't know about electricity, it wasn't invented. When they touched that eel, it was like, ooh, 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 bad, 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 it knocked the hell out of them. But they didn't know. They didn't say it shocked me. It just said, ooh, it hurt, evil, because back then they didn't have science.
Right.
That eel produced electricity and it shocked them. So as time progressed and science progressed and technology progresses, this is to where we learn how species evolved, how species adapt, how species have defensive mechanisms in their bodies. It's very fascinating. But if you use the spiritual side of it and see, there's more to Bigfoot than what people let on to, right?
Totally.
Uh, Jody, oof, super interesting. I love, yeah, I was just diving into this. Absolutely. Roger, hey,
Oh,
Roger, nice to
his
see you
dog
there.
talk.
Sorry, your dog passed a few weeks ago. Missed that old full dog. Actually, Roger, it's interesting you say that because while he was talking, you actually hear. I don't know if it's a food bowl that he usually moved or something against the wall or on the floor or something. But every once in a while, you think you hear that it's actually him. It's interesting.
I hear like maybe his collar and his little you know how they give you a medal for rabies. I can hear it banging against the bowl.
Mary says door stopper. So interesting. So we got a comment here. Let's see here. Let's see. Just let us know, Roger. I'm just curious. Hey, Michelle, if I didn't say hello, nice to see you there. Judy, absolutely. Yeah. So, John, there is so much more to the phenomenon of Bigfoot dog than any cryptid. I'm so fascinated with it. Whether if I'm not watching American Express or a cryptid show, I'm jumping up on the bed, playing Wheels on the Bus, go round and round, trying to get Mary out of bed.
This is true. He does this.
So, Amy says, I have a bobblehead pug dog. I still miss my doggy. You know what, Kelly? Maybe we should next couple of weeks have a pet show where everybody sends their pictures back in.
Sure, we'll do that next time.
Yeah. Do you think that the extent of our imagination could mean actually would really exist somewhere else? So, I delved into this conversation before. So we existed prior, right? God created us from dust, whatever your ethnic background is, and your religion, and your thoughts and spirituality. So um, let's look at nature. Let's use rabbits, right, for prime examples. Rabbits that are breeded, that's never been born out in the wild, have traits. They are instilled in them. Why? How? Nobody taught them that. Why do they know that? So that is ingrained, and I say not in their DNA, but also in their genes. What do you think, Mary?
Yeah, it's very true. Like he's saying, like with rabbits, even if they're indoor rabbits and they've been bred for 20 years, if you take them outside, they instantly get nervous because they know that there's something up there that can get them. It's just an ingrained habit.
Kelly, what are your thoughts?
I agree. It's like the fifth monkey.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you take it our imagination, and forgive me for my ignorance because I really can't think right now. There is a theory if you take a group of people and you take their collective thoughts, and if you focus and say, everybody, I want you to think positive on this thought, that they could manifest that thought to happen. I don't know if you all can remember what that's called, but there's an actual term. And they actually think that they can cause that to also to manifest uh, evil spirits and demonic spirits as well. And I think they did that in like creepy pasta or something a few years ago or 10 years ago, to where like the Slender Man was invented by mass hysteria. Uh, so I do believe in that as well. I think they made some good horror movies to where something was not real, but a group of people dreamt it, and they told they had a nightmare, and the next person dreamt they had that nightmare, and it spread. And next thing you know, that they group people, mass hysteria manifested this evil thing. So, what do y'all's take on that?
It is. It's definitely
Good.
the the shared wavelength when everybody's thinking of the same collective. It's like it all just gathers and it gathers momentum. If you can think of like snow at the top of the hill and it starts rolling down, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why. Ooh, put that one up. Roger says he was an outside dog. When he would go in or out of his doghouse, he'd bump his head on the door, make a thumping sound. Seems like once in a while I hear that sound. So I was
Same.
thinking like the door is like a thud sound.
Yeah.
I was hearing something, but I couldn't. I was referencing it like a food bowl or something. That's what
See, I
my
was hearing like
chihuahuas
the door
would do.
thing, like when it hits the door, it makes that
So,
thud. That's what I was.
um,
Thank you for
yeah,
confirming
thank
that.
you, Roger. But yeah, so go ahead, Kelly.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, we were
About a
mani-
group of people manifesting
manifesting.
something.
Yes, and they can also manifest. There was a story I just saw where Asian gentlemen were all dreaming and they were falling, and a lot of them passed away in their sleep. They were
Yeah.
having continuous dreams, and some of them didn't make it, and they passed on.
We're sorry about that, Chris.
Yeah,
Thanks for
sorry to
letting
hear your
us know.
grandmother. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I think you're right, Jody. There's a term for it, and sorry. Usually, I'm really on top of tonight. I'm not. I'm a little bit slow tonight, so I apologize.
I mean, and then look at the crucible. That was mass hysteria.
Right. Same thing with the pandemic. We thought that was going to be mass hysteria, and it. I can't talk anymore about it. We'll get in a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna get dinged.
So, but yeah. So you're right. So yes, that is a good question. Man, they're coming out with some good questions, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, where everybody was sending love to Christopher's grandmother. And
Yes.
man, y'all really made me stop and think tonight. Made me really think and dig in the vault. It's pretty
These
awesome.
are really deep things.
It really is, and that's like when scientists claim that we didn't have a soul, and then I think it was 6 years ago. Somebody can Google it or Alexa it or whatnot, however you want to do it, or chat it or whatnot. They actually found the weight of the soul was like a half of a pound, and it rocked the science community because they had no explanation how it just changed just exactly as the last breath exhaled. So it's very fascinating. Hey, seashells.
Yeah, seashells.
And when a soul leaves, it usually leaves out the feet.
Yes,
The soul's attached by the feet.
we love a message if someone can come through, please.
Don't hesitate. You're analyzing everything. Don't do that. Trust yourself. There's a move for you. There's a new house and a new job opportunity for you. And do you have a significant other? Because I'm seeing love. I see somebody coming up behind you and giving you a hug.
So very interesting. I see a lot of changes. I see a lot of good changes. And go ahead.
Oh, I hear the name Becky. So I have no idea who that's connected to, but Becky. I think it's for that lady we're reading.
That's so funny because I was hearing the song Becky, Becky, Babana, Bobana. What's that song?
Bobana, Bofana.
Yeah, something like that. Sorry, but anyways, I was just.
I probably have the name all wrong too. Oh well.
Right. Hey, Lisa, nice to have you on the show. If you're not a member, please become a Bigfoot Outlaw family member. So, yeah, let's see here. Kayla, it's interesting. When I clicked on you, I saw a road coming up. It was branching off not two directions, but three. When it comes off in three directions, that means you're going to have a choice coming up, but a choice of multiple directions that you're going to have to choose from. And I don't know what this from, but I see some paperwork. I don't know what this paperwork's referencing, but I see you signing something. Very interesting. Uh, I see you keep looking back, and I'm being told don't look over your shoulder. It's already over with. You can't change it. Don't look back. What's done is done. You got to move forward. But I'm also being shown that if you do the right thing this year, you're going to have a great year. You just got to make the right chess move, and you're going to be golden. What do you think?
Absolutely. There's nothing for you back there. You move forward.
She said, yes, I do. Okay. All right. Got you. And Mary's drawing some cards here. Yeah. And Amy says, I had a boring near-death experience. And anytime you have a near-death experience, I don't think it's boring.
No.
For sure. So Kayla says, haha, cool song.
Brian Barber says 1907 was the year doctor did experiment on terminal tuberculosis patients to get the way to the soul. That's the first time they
did
did
what
that.
It was? Okay. I couldn't remember. I thought they did one recently.
There's a more recent one. I don't know what year that was, but yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. I hate not having the
Thank
facts.
you.
Yeah.
And then somebody not too long ago, I don't know who it was, they got a puff of, looked like a puff of smoke coming out of a body when it passed on. So that was saying that they captured the soul leaving.
Oh, wow. All right.
Okay, so for it was Kayla, is that the name?
Yeah.
All right, Kayla. So the way that your cards fell, the very bottom card that fell was the insecurity card, and then on top of that was anger. The next one up on that was trust, and then the card that fell on top of that was the male genital reproductive card. So this has to do with a male and some of these trapped emotions. The next card that fell on top of that was the intimate relationship card, and then family. So because of this issue, there has been a lot of strained relationships between you and your family. And the next card that fell on top of all of those was a root chakra. So the root chakra is all your base and stability. And so anytime that stuff is being trapped or held in that can cause someone to struggle in life and get thrown back repeatedly over and over. Like they may make progress, but they get thrown back. And so there's a lot of jerking anytime you have a root-based chakra. Like you'll see back and forth, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. What it is when this is doing this, it's trying to balance out those chakras. And because they're so like such a large, overwhelming one that comes from the past, this is why it causes a lot of insecurity in these issues, is because you can never understand why you can't get ahead because of the stuff that's holding you back. The next card that came on top of that was grief. And so there's a lot of sadness and grief over this situation between you and your family that has been held on. The next card on top of that is panic, and then stress. And then the top card that fell on that was the skeletal card. So anytime that you have like bones or skeletal, that represents the structure and the basis and everything of how it's been assembled. And when I see like a skeletal card like that on top, a lot of unwanted burdens and stressors and responsibilities have been thrown on you when you should not have had to have taken them on. And so because of these, it has caused you to feel very weighted and very held back in life. praying or using crystal energies, healing energies, spiritual healing. Those are the things that you want to focus on to release and let go. And then you'll start feeling a lot better in those areas.
Interesting. So, Kelly,
Yes.
Mary, why is it when people have near-death experiences, why do some people get to see the pearly gates? Why do some people get to see Jesus?
Their religious experience, and some people feel like they did something bad when they think they go to hell. And then, religious experience. But there's also people that haven't had any religious training, and they do see Jesus or, God or the devil. It depends on how you feel about yourself. That's what I feel.
What do you think, Mary?
Well, I think the reason why some people see and experience is innately we were all made to actually see and experience that. I think when someone is dying, I think a lot of it, or they're being pulled out, if it's a different or wasn't the normal progression on that, how it was planned for us, I think is why they may or may not see certain aspects, especially like a violent death or like an accident or something like that, where they may not be able to see the pearly gates and then they get brought back to life because it was a different type of vibration, stuff of that nature. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah,
I
that's a
agree.
good explanation.
Your kitty.
Outside.
It's Kitty outside the door meowing.
Yes. All right.
Somebody was asking about the I know we got you, Cole. The number 7, where is it? Oh, wondering about the number 7. Well, I get numbers for cycles for people, but it's not numerology or anything. But 7 means more of a relaxed time and going into a better time and leaving the struggles behind. Not that you're not going to struggle, but you'll have an easier time of it. And it's a whole new start, so you're leaving the past behind. It's a clean slate. And it's like a chapter of the book. It's blank and you get to write it. So that's, 7 is release of struggles and more solidity in your life, financially, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. That's what I'm seeing.
Right. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah, those were some very good questions. You don't have any more good questions like that? Very interesting.
And then I don't know if did we get everybody? I hope.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Thanks everybody. We had a good night tonight. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here.
Very fun, very entertaining, and thanks for the great questions. Like I said, if you're not a member subscriber, please join. Please follow Kelly and reach out to her if you have any questions or want a reading. Right, Kelly?
Yes, I'm available for private readings.
Or get a hold of us if you want any readings or spiritual healings. You can get a hold of us and we can all set it up if you want one with all of us. We do
Absolutely.
it on the back end for people.
Absolutely.
And from coast to coast, around the world. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Night.
Bye-bye.